Around the world in 2-ish minutes. Spain will trial a new contact tracing smartphone app aimed to stop the spread of coronavirus on La Gomera in the Canary Islands. The results will be used to decide whether or not to roll out the app nationwide. Denmark announced that they would open up their borders on June 27th to most European nations. Now, this is notable as it's 2 months earlier than originally planned. Those excluded would be much of Sweden and Portugal. Now, the requirement? A country has to have fewer than 20 new infections per 100,000 inhabitants per week. Citizens and residents of the UAE will be allowed to travel to countries deemed low risk starting this week. Prospective travelers must test negative for COVID-19 and must quarantine on their return to the UAE for up to 14 days. Airport authorities will also check travelers for symptoms, and those with a fever or showing respiratory problems will be isolated and barred from travel. Fewer than 5 million tourists could end up visiting Japan in 2020 due to the pandemic. Now, this is quite a contrast from the start of the year when the government had anticipated welcoming 40 million visitors. German vacationers are favoring longer holidays and they're staying closer to home, according to Trivago data. The queries for vacations of 7 to 14 days jumped 40% over last year, and booking requests rose by 65% in the first week of June compared to May. They also found that holiday apartments were favored over hotels. Puerto Rico residents can already travel around the island, but it's opened its borders for tourists outside the island beginning July 15th. The National Guard will be taking arriving passengers' temperatures at the main airport, and passengers who can provide proof of a negative COVID-19 test will not have to undergo a 14-day quarantine. Reporting from down under, Australia is unlikely to reopen its border to international travelers until 2021, but will look to relax entry rules for students and other long-term visitors. Well, that's it for today's Around the World recap. What's happening in your part of the world? Share with us in the comment section below, and until next time, I'll see you then.